Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Aussie Starcraft as we bring you another game from our ladder Shenanigans series. This time it is episode number 5, the red Protoss in the bottom right corner. It is me, your hero Aussie Starcraft. And the blue Zerg in the top left hand corner is Tangang. So it is another PvZ on Belshire Vestige. It seemed to be a bit of an afternoon for it this afternoon. Everyone I came up against was Zerg, and it seemed to always be the same map as well. So I was joking with the hero comment as well, guys. As you'd know from this series, I am no Grandmaster Protoss player. I'm in fact a Bronze Leaguer at the moment, so trying to work my way out. Normally I ladder at high silver, low gold, but with the MMR squish and the fact that I haven't been playing recently, has dropped me down to Bronze League, so trying to ladder my way out once more and try and recover my dignity and ladder my way back up to silver or gold. So, and just have some fun into the bargain. So when I worked out it was another Zerg player, I was trying to think of what I should try. Last game I tried a bit of a warp prism play with varying degrees of success. This game I was trying to think of what I should do, and I took my inspiration. If you watch Day 9 at all, I know I love to watch Day 9 cast Starcraft. Also love his Fun Day Monday. I participate as often as I can. Certainly enjoy some good shenanigans on a Fun Day Monday. So the most recent topic was double Oracle play, where you had to play StarCraft 2 with the silly constraint of going double Stargate and double Oracle, and it was actually quite amusing to watch, particularly against Zerg players, as when you build Stargate units as a Protoss, most Zerg players respond with the same unit, which is Hydralisks, and Hydralisks are also a light unit and they suffer horribly against Oracles. So I thought, oh, let's be funny, let's go Oracles and see what happens. What I wasn't prepared for was the slightly unconventional playstyle of Tangang. Obviously not a Masters League Terran Zerg player. He's decided to grab a macro hatch before expanding. I was trying to work out, I scout out shortly and see that, and was trying to work out just what on earth he was up to, and I did eventually work it out. It was a slightly wonky way of going about things, but that's the danger about being in Bronze League. You will be surprised by people's wonkiness. So I did scout this momentarily and realised, okay, I probably do have a little bit more room to play. I was supply block there for a minute, but did throw down another pylon here. I was originally planning on hiding my Stargates, but eventually decided, hang on a minute, why am I hiding my Stargates? I want them to be seen so that he counters with Hydralis. So eventually I go down and I throw down my Cyber Core and then start walling off down the bottom. Now, just in case you guys are new to this series, this is just me playing on the ladder and just trying to have a bit of fun. I have no delusions of grandeur. I know I'm a very ordinary StarCraft 2 player, but certainly like to ladder, like to play games with people. If you ever want to play some games with me, by all means join our Facebook page. There is a link up the top somewhere near the banner. Hit that and get taken to our Facebook page. Join there, and that's where I like to organise community games when we want to play those. So by all means go ahead and jump on the Facebook page and we can play some games, muck around, either get on the ladder and or we can head over to the arcade and play some fun arcade games. Big fan of the arcade, really love those games. Been a fan of the Blizzard sort of arcade series since the good old Warcraft 3 days. When my mates and I get together in LAN, we often break out Warcraft 3 and play our way through some of the old school fun maps. Footman Frenzy still a fan favourite, and yeah, like to break out those from time to time. So you can see me here grabbing my second Stargate. So I've got 2 gates, and just trying to decide how many of what resources I'll need to actually run this properly. Have both my Nexi Chrono boosting out some probes, and just trying to get plenty of economy going. As you'll see, it's actually going for double Evo chamber, double hatchery in his main. Certainly not something I would recommend doing, guys. It's as you'll see, is pretty much saturated already and is very slow to sort of expand this economy. But what he did decide he would go for is he was planning to go for a lot of Zerglings. You'll see he's already got his lair, and when I scout out with my oracles shortly, I noticed that he has some nefarious things planned with that lair. Certainly not something I was used to seeing one base play out of Zerg, but it actually caught me by surprise from him. I was a few seconds late to catch what he was up to, and it did cost me a lot more damage than I expected. I don't think I was ever in a like massively horrible position, but it certainly did catch me flat-footed. As you'd be aware, StarCraft is a bit of a game of seconds. You can often realise just a moment too late that you've made a horrible decision, and that certainly was me in a few minutes. So, and see him using lots of injects here and getting a bunch of lava. And if you're wondering what he's up to with that lava, well, you're just going to have to wait and see. First two oracles are on the way, chrono boosting out this one so I can get the third up to go with the first two. And just trying to say, I probably could have nicked off and done quite a bit of damage, but there were two queens there, and oracle's not the best for killing queens, so did want to keep chrono boosting these out, get a cannon or two up just to make sure I was safe. I did know that he still hadn't expanded. Periodically I'd been checking out. I did get a bit lax with my scouting. When I saw he had no base in the first scout, I did get a bit lazy. He's actually thrown down a spore crawler between his two bases here. He's seen my Stargate, but despite all my efforts, he didn't react with a Hydralisk 10. He actually went for a Nydus network. So his cunning plan, as you'd see with this Overlord here, is to try and Nydus in the back of my base. But my shenanigans with these oracles certainly gave him a little bit of pause, as I did sweep through and clear out a lot of his mineral line. Decided to grab this queen, but it was too close to the spore crawler, so I pulled away and decided, let's just keep harassing his mineral line. And I did see this massive group of Zerglings sitting here, so bait the queen out just a little bit. That's a nice trick for you guys if you don't play as much. Units will aggro, and so the queens, once they're attacking me, if I pull back and am still in sight, then those queens will continue to attack me. I actually pulled the queen over, and because he wasn't watching, I managed to snipe off his queen. So I did spend a little bit more of these oracles than I planned to. Took a bit of damage on the hull, but I did pick off both his queens, which certainly delayed him. You'll see him loading this massive swarm of Zerglings in. He's actually got 20 more Zerglings on the way and 30 on the field. So I was expecting some Zerglings, but not really this many. He did start Nydusing in there. So I probably should have warped in a few Zealots a little bit quicker and actually rallied this Void Ray across to try and help out. If I'd sniped the Nydus worm, I would have been home free. Same with if I'd got these oracles home a little bit quicker. As it was, I was fairly slow. I decided to just pull my workers, and good thing I did, because a lot of them took quite a bit of damage. I wanted to keep the economic advantage I had. I figured if I got some Zealots and paired them here, they would hack through a lot of Zerglings. I wasn't expecting 50, so I was a bit slow to respond. I could have used these oracles and actually cleaned the Zerglings up a lot faster, but unfortunately I wasn't expecting just as many Zerglings as I did see. But between the Zealots that the Zerglings aggro onto and the cannons, I did clean up most of these. Though I still didn't clear out the Nydus, and he just kept emptying into my base. I really get rid of the source of the problem first, guys. Kill the Nydus, then mop up the Zerglings. I knew that I could just move my workers over to my third base, so I wasn't hugely horrified about losing my main. Zealot tripped out just a little bit there. And you'll see me, I'm trying to do too many things at once and actually getting nothing done. So these Zerglings are going to snipe a pylon. So I'm going to get that base back established. I actually managed to sneak some Zerglings clear through my front door. So if you're wondering how to make this more effective with your Zerglings, guys, get them in the mineral line and hold position. That way they won't aggro on any Zealot they see. They'll actually just sit in amongst and pick at all the workers as they run by. But if you're trying to defend this, particularly at low levels, guys, a few Zealots in your mineral line and some other units to provide the DPS will clean it out quite easily. The Zerg player often won't micro as much, and so the units will automatically aggro on what's attacking them, and they won't do as much economic damage as they otherwise would. So I got my third base going, going to get some photon cannons up to keep it safe. You'll see it has actually almost mined out his main base, and seems pretty determined to keep on this Nydus strategy. I go for a bit of a sweep with my units, make sure it actually has no third base, or second base for that matter, and I feel pretty confident because I know I've still got my main, which is it got a substantial amount of resources thanks to the fact that it died, and I've got a second and third nexus. So I'm mining on 3 bases to 1 base. I had the feeling the game was coming to its conclusion, and just figured I could probably put on enough pressure on the front of his base to end it. But just having a bit of fun trying out the oracles. Unfortunately, didn't get to prove my oracles versus Hydralisk argument, but instead found myself dealing with this funny Nydus network harass. So my Void Ray has just been a little bit of a pest. I probably could have gotten a bit more aggressive with these. It's actually throwing out another Nydus network. I'd mistakenly thought that was my Zealot and figured it would start attacking and kill the Nydus network. I was mistaken. Instead, I just grabbed Photon Overcharge and got my mothership in position. Started warping in a few more Zealots. So out comes another horde of Zerglings, but I do have stacks of Zealots down here. The Nydus, the Photon Overcharge Nexus is plugging away. I killed the Nydus much quicker that time, and between all my Zealots and my cannons, it actually cleaned it up with relatively little damage. My Void Ray is doing what Void Rays do. Photon Overcharge will just destroy buildings, and so I just worked my way through those and felt fairly comfortable at this point. He went for one last little Zergling counterattack, but if you warped in Zealots, actually won't stop it because I didn't fall in solidly. But he GG's out of the game. Very polite, very well mannered, and yeah, win number 2 for this afternoon. So not a bad day considering how awfully rusty I was. Things I could have done better. I definitely could have. I knew he was going for the Nydus. I did spot it when I had my oracles over. I should have gotten in position and picked off those overlords. Particularly, I had Stargates. I should have picked them off much quicker. So if I'd done that, I probably would have prevented taking any damage, and I could have just held the front with some Zealots. But you know, all in all, a fun afternoon's play on the ladder. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know down below what your games are like at the moment. I am laddering on Southeast Asia at the moment. I do from time to time jump on North America as well for some fun. So yeah, by all means hit us up for a game if you guys would like to muck around. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, by all means please subscribe. We'd love to see you here more often. And we'll get plenty of great StarCraft 2 action coming right up for you. Pro League restarts, I think it's actually today. And so there should be plenty of action coming up momentarily. We will be casting the Kaspersky Arena King of the Hill tournament and uploading that to the channel for you over the next couple of days. So hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. This is Aussie StarCraft, and we'll catch you in the next cast.